This is the Dollemore Daily, and I'm Jesse Dollemore.
I derive great joy, entertainment even, if you will. I mean, a lot of people, they Netflix and chill, they watch they binge their favorite shows. For me, watching right-wing media have to issue apologies based on settlements that they're issuing, defamation cases with voter machine companies and individual people that they've defamed. That for me is about as entertaining as it gets, because truth is powerful and it is engaging, and consequence even more I love. I'm going to read a little bit from this Daily Beast article entitled OAN, One America News Network, finally admits no widespread voter fraud after settling defamation suit. Georgia election workers were dragged through the mud on OAN by right-wing conspiracy theorists like Rudy Giuliani. Now, the network is finally acknowledging there was no fraud. It is a beautiful, listen, OAN is a special flavor of nuttiness. OAN has platformed the My Pillow goof, Mike Lindell, airing his documentary of just a screed filled with lies and defamation. And now they're having to answer for it. Now they're in the waning years of their popularity. It seems as though you have to really work to find OAN on TV. Unfortunately, there are those who are not put off by that work. I'm going to read a little bit from this article. The right-wing cable network, One America News Network, on Monday ran a pre-recorded 30-second segment acknowledging that there was, quote, no widespread voter fraud by Georgia election workers in the 2020 presidential election. The segment appears to be part of a recent settlement relating to a defamation lawsuit brought against the network by two such workers. So I'll pause there. This isn't just a case of a news network going against a couple corporations like Smartmatic or Dominion Voting Systems, a massive, multi-million, if not billion-dollar corporation. This is going against two private citizens, two public servants, trying to defame them in an effort to reinstall Donald Trump as president of the United States. This right here this was part and parcel of what caused the fury of insurrection, the attempted overthrow of the United States government, overturning a free and fair and settled American election. The segment notes that an investigation by state officials into unsubstantiated claims of widespread voter fraud made by ex-President Donald Trump. Thank you, Daily Beast. Right there, ex-president. Giving him a little too much respect with the former. By ex-President Donald Trump and Rudy Giuliani turned up nothing. The results of this investigation indicate that Ruby Freeman and Wandrea Shea Moss did not engage in ballot fraud or criminal misconduct, a narrator states. And then, hilariously, quote, a legal matter with this network and the two election workers has been resolved to the mutual satisfaction of the parties through a fair and reasonable settlement, the voiceover adds. So, you're going to see the clip. Here it is. Watch this and revel. Take a moment, take a breath to revel in this consequence, in this justice from OAN.
We now provide you with this updated report from Georgia officials. Take a listen.
Georgia officials have concluded that there was no widespread voter fraud by election workers who counted ballots at the State Farm Arena in November 2020. The results of this investigation indicate that Ruby Freeman and Wandrea Shea Moss did not engage in ballot fraud or criminal misconduct while working at State Farm Arena on election night. A legal matter with this network and the two election workers has been resolved to the mutual satisfaction of the parties through a fair and reasonable settlement.
Now look, if it were me, I would not be satisfied with that particular run. One, he introduces the clip as some news from Georgia voting officials, as though they're not reporting the story, that it's just information from them. Secondly, to say that it's how did they phrase it? A legal matter with this network and two election workers has been resolved to the mutual satisfaction of the parties through a fair and reasonable settlement. They're not explaining the situation fully. That OAN was brought to court and brought to bear, forced by a court through settlement, didn't go to verdict, but they're on the shitty end of this. Didn't really explain that. But, listen, it is consequence nonetheless. This is a case that was hyped up. That's the word here used. And if that weren't enough, I'll just read it. Video of the pair doing their jobs was hyped up by Rudy Giuliani and Sean Hannity, who falsely claimed that it showed blatant, clear, obvious fraud while speaking to the Georgia State House Republicans about a video during a Zoom meeting in December 2020. Giuliani at one point can be heard saying, "We should try to get this on Newsmax and OAN." Conspiracy, lies, in an effort to whip up in an effort to reinsert Donald Trump as president of the United States, in an effort to disenfranchise you and 81 million other Americans who voted for Joe Biden. It's anti-democratic. It is authoritarianism run amok. It is antithetical to the values that we aspire to in our founding documents. We failed, obviously, many, many times over the hundreds of years that we've been a country, but it is what we aspire to. It's what we claim we stand for. And it might be crumbling around us. That is why I advocate for your activism and your organization and getting involved. At the very least, to vote and convince your neighbors, your friends, your coworkers, your loved ones to do the same. Anyway, I'd love to know what you think about this. You can call, leave me a brief voicemail, 714-576-4054. Of course, you can email me daily@dollemore.com. I love and appreciate you guys. Thanks for your engagement. Thanks for clicking and watching the video. Share this video with your social network. Maybe that will spark some activism in them. If you appreciate what I do, you can support my work, help produce my work right here on the platform. You can click the join button below. For as little as $1.99 a month, you can become active in what I'm doing here by becoming a channel member. Or you can click your browser over to patreon.com/IDoubtIt podcast. That is not just for the podcast. I know that's the address, but I was a podcaster long before I flipped on a camera and subjected you to my stupid face. So that absolutely supports what I do here. Anyway, I love you guys. I appreciate you very much. Follow me on social media. I'm at Dollemore just about everywhere. I'll see you next time. Until I do, be genuine. Take care of one another.